Hello everyone and welcome back to Wolf Quest, Dawn of the Wolves, our special Summer of the Wolves event, and we are back in Lost River's empty city streets, here with our young wolf Moose, one of the survivors from Dawn and Onyx's first litter of puppies, as he wanders around having a journey and story of his own, here in his own special side quest, and he has managed to find his way into the very scary, somewhat creepy land of Lost River. Also, did all of our oh, there they are. I was so worried that all of those elk that he took down last time had disappeared, but thankfully they're still nearby. But today is a very special day, you guys, because after having tracked down, where'd they go? Oh, there's some more. Okay, let's get some. Come on, Moose. We need to get some more food. Find some food on the hoof. Let's wait and see which ones scatter. There, we'll go ahead and try. Oh, she was so close. Oh, geez, all of her sisters. Oh, geez. Okay, well, that's fine. Moose, come on. We can hunt better than this together. Let's go ahead and chase down a couple cow elk. But today is a very special day, my friends, because Moose has finally, hopefully, managed to learn a little bit more about the city and gotten enough experience that he can start looking for a mate. Whoa, careful there. I've been fooled by many an elk before and fallen down that ramp. They're so smart, trying to get us to just tumble right off here. They may balance perfectly like mountain goats on the edge of that gigantic ditch, but we definitely end up losing our footing, slipping in, and then you know what happens? We have to walk forever to get back out of the canal where the empty, like where the river used to be. It's just empty now. All right, let's see if we can go ahead. Maybe I'll give her a few good bites, and then let's grab her. There we go. Oh, thank goodness we rammed her into... Keep going, keep going. Come on, you can do it, Moose. You can do it, you can do it. Yes! Alright! No, maybe we don't want to be kicking and fighting with a kicking elk right next to something that is flammable, but we're just gonna have to take... There we go. Just gonna have to take our chances. Alright! But we have been taking out a lot of the elk in the city, and that's fantastic because one of Moose's goals is to get at least one of the moose-related achievements. And then once we complete that, we will be going back to his parents, Dawn and Onyx. Oh my goodness, there's a lot of cow elk right here. But in order to get one of those achievements, we need help. We are not going to be able to take down even a small cow moose by ourselves, and we definitely need some help. So there are, thankfully, 3 lovely packs that we can go and visit and snag a mate from. And that's where you guys come in. Just like last time, you can submit your wolf, this time a female wolf, and you need to be descriptive about what her appearance would look like to be one of the randomly chosen wolves that we may bump into and choose as Moose's mate. And remember, there's a chance that Moose may be voted as the heir to the Moon Pack, so that after Dawn and Onyx are done exploring and having their puppies and raising hopefully more successful litters, we will be moving on to the next pack and the next wolf event that we'll be having probably for Winter of the Wolves. All right, come on, let's chase her down. And I wonder if we can go up those stairs. Oh no, she outsmarted us. Look at that. What a clever elk. Okay, no, I'm not falling for the ditch trick. You cannot make me fall down into that ditch. It's not gonna happen. All right, and she is trying to take us out right here. Okay, very clever. Trying to angle. She's a really wily elk. Normally you would probably have won the genetic lottery, my friend, but not today. Not today. I actually just read a really interesting article about how wolves usually end up hunting the older, sicker cow elk who are no longer very good mothers, who just don't have the stamina or the health to be able to have healthy calves. They will take out the ones that just don't have as much reproductive value. So it's sort of that natural push and natural selection of weeding out members of the herd who are no longer able to be as healthy or contributing, interestingly enough, to the populations of the elk as usefully anymore. So I thought that was an interesting little wolf read. All right, let's go ahead. Might as well chase the cow elk down over here. One of the tricky things is going to be trying to guide the moose towards all of the elk. What we're doing right now by building up a big stash of elk carcasses is building up spots that we can go and get a lot of health from. We'll be able to eat off of all these carcasses. Oh, that's great. That's great. You had to pick the creepy rundown Carnival district for me to take you down in. That's just fine. Oh my gosh. All right, let's go ahead and get her. All right, down you go. Come on. Come on, come on, you can do it, Moose. Come on, Moose, a little bit there you go, a little bit faster with the biting. But the reason that we spent so much time taking out so many of these elk are now we kind of have refueling stations. So if we need to go and get some of our health back whilst we are trying to tangle with that moose and take them down so we can get that achievement, we have all of these locations to do so. And I think we have a chance, because it's dusk, of running into another moose. So we're going to run up here and we're just going to take a peek where the abandoned houses are. And we're just going to happen to see if we can find... Whoops, this is not the path. Oh my gosh, there's so many of these creepy little abandoned houses though. Ah, it gives me goosebumps every time we come to Lost River. I'm equally fascinated and scared by it. And I have to say, it's a lot more spooky at dusk. I hope we don't end up here at night, because I hear that there's rumors of a very spooky ghost moose. And while I want Moose to be able to take out... Oh, and there's another one of the dog houses. Oh, we don't fit in this one. We're too big. Well, I really want Moose to be able to take out one of the moose. I don't know if I want him to have to wrestle with a ghost moose. That might be asking a little bit much, even with his really cool Lucky Rabbit's foot. It is already a pretty easy setting for the day. He rolled a 1 out of 4 on difficulty, so we don't even have to really worry about transforming any of the rabbits we find into an easier setting. I do love having the artifacts for Moose to be able to carry around and use as special boosts though, and oh my goodness, we've collected a huge list of your guys' amazing suggestions for those special artifacts. So keep them coming and go back and look at the other episode if you need some ideas on how to spice up your Wolf Quest stories as well. Alright, let's see if we can find another moose over here. Just in case, we'll kind of give it a good survey. Was it around here I found her last time? I can't remember. I think there's a couple other like adventurous achievements that we can actually bump into for locations that we haven't done yet. Oh, this house looks so creepy with the shadows on it. Everything looks so different at dusk. Oh my goodness. I've got so many goosebumps. I feel like every moment I feel like you could just turn around and find something hiding around the next corner of one of these buildings, and it's almost creepier that you don't. You know what I mean? Huh. Alright, well, let's see. Oh. Wait, it was up here! It was up here, somewhere in this area. What does that sound? Huh. It almost sounds like there's a sprinkler turned on somewhere. Ah, see, maybe I'm just hearing things now. Moose, he doesn't need to be alone anymore. We need to give Moose a mate just so that we feel like we have a little bit of companionship in what is proving to be a very, very eerie world. So if you guys would like, go ahead and submit your wolf submissions for Moose's possible mate in the comment section below right now. And we're looking for a female wolf, and you will go ahead and describe her appearance, like what coat color she has. Then I'll use a random generator to pick one of each type of coat color, and whoever we run into when it's time for Moose to go and investigate the different areas looking for another female dispersal wolf to be able to take on as his mate. So we're looking for another dispersal wolf, female, and whichever one we bump into first, then I will use that coat color to look through the list of randomly picked comments, and whichever randomly picked comment matches the coat color, then boom, you will end up having your wolf be added in to our moon pack stories as Moose's mate. And it's going to be very exciting, just like what we did with Onyx. And so it's really, really fun to be able to permanently add them in and weave your story up against whatever the stories that our Moonpack Legacy will get into. So let's see. I don't see a moose over here today. Did I run into a moose over here? You just have a better chance of seeing them at dusk. I wonder how long Moose and his possible mate will have to run around searching. Huh. Alright, well, let me double check and make sure that we aren't missing any particular achievements. That we aren't missing any particular achievements for over here. Let's see. That's the creek. Okay, those are not in this area. Amethyst Mountain. Yeah, I'm pretty sure we've investigated most of these areas. So we'll go back into the city and focus on gathering up some moose. But if you guys do want to submit wolves, then go ahead and leave them in the comments now. And it'll be really fun to have that list and see if your wolf is picked from the random generator to end up becoming Moose's mate. Now remember, there's a chance that Moose and his mate may be voted as the heirs to the Moon Pack and used in the next generation of our story, but if not, don't panic because he still had his side story, and who knows, we've never really gone back and picked a wolf who already had their own side story and we like moved on to the next generation without them again, but maybe that'd be a fun thing to do now and then, just see how their stories would play out. Alright, Moose, let's have him jump up over this ridge. And then we're going to investigate the city a little bit more because a lot of you guys have been telling me this is your first time seeing Lost River and it is so creepy and so cool. So let's go look at the really scary carnival just because it's one of the places that definitely gives me the most goosebumps. I don't know about you guys, and this is going to sound really silly, and you can tell me if this is something that you remember at all, but if you ever played on Neopets, there was this really creepy carnival game, and every single time I come to this area, I immediately think about that Neopets game, and it's just so weird, but it was like really spooky when I was just a little kid to play that, and this gives me the same sort of like spooky vibes. So, alright, and I think we took an elk down, yeah, right over there. There's just a few fluttering pieces of paper and no moose nearby. Hey, back off, ravens. Oh, that reminds me. We need to go and look at the city hall one last time just to make sure that we can see what that mysterious... Hey, back off, ravens. This is even creepier when I'm leaving all these dead elk all over the city. Oh my goodness. Oh, wow. Oh, and you know, it's been a while. Coffee break. So that used to be like a coffee cafe. And then... let's see, hardware dealers. And then over here, traveling Murphys. I wonder what we have up here. I wonder what those are pictures of. Interesting. That may be a real estate or I bet it was like a travel agency right over there. Let's see. This one was transport. That was the kitchen shop, auto shop. Oh. It's so interesting how every single time I come to Lost River, I seem to notice something new. What's this? I can't quite read that, but it's interesting. I always love looking for, like, just evidence of all of those wolf movies that used to be playing here. That's so cool. Evidence of all the Easter eggs that the developers have kind of rolled into Lost River. Speaking of which, let's go back over to City Hall. We need to be very careful. Yep, there we go. Somebody's sitting up on top of this statue, eh? Well, I'm going to try walking up the stairs this direction this time. And then what do we see? You guys, check it out! It's a cat! It's a black cat! How exciting is that? That is like the only other life that we have really seen inside of this city. So we have found the little black cat, who I thought happened to be like a mysterious cursed crow, because last time we came over here, we ended up stuck inside of the stairs, which was quite a feat. I was pretty impressed with Moose for being able to pull that off. But alright, let's go ahead and get a move on. I still don't see any moose running around in our city. I still don't hear any creepy moose noises. Apparently sometimes at night you can hear really scary moose noises. I'm a little bit nervous about that. And interestingly enough, I didn't find a single rabbit. So we might have to consider what we're going to do with how hard we're going to make it for his special 100th lucky rabbit's foot ability, the little artifact ability to kick in. But I think it's time, guys. I'm pretty sure there's nothing else. What was that? I thought I saw something glowing over here. No, it was probably... What? What's this? It was probably just a leaf. Alright, clearly a moose does not need to be... Oh, was it this? Clearly a moose does not need to be alone anymore, and I need to get him a companion. So this is the formal call. Submit your wolf. We will add her into the story, and then we'll let Moose and whoever... Oh, look at the beautiful Lost River sign. Maybe we'll go look at the waterfall soon. But then we will let Moose and his mate go ahead and start actively searching for moose that we can discover and take out. And I'm beginning to wonder, do you think you guys would enjoy having those ancestor stories once more? What we used to do, and I'm not sure how we would make that like actually happen, but what we used to do is you guys were able to submit stories of our ancestor wolves that our companion wolf would tell to the puppies while we were running around, and it gave us something to talk about. So I'm kind of curious because I really loved reading your guys' little roleplay stories while we were out hunting. And I love that the companion wolf could kind of tell the wolf pups the story of their history and their heritage and their legacy. And we could teach people who were new some of the stories about our former wolf packs. But I wonder how we would pull that off if the only thing that we've got right now is the lucky rabbit's foot behind Moose's ear and a new mate to find. Maybe the new mate would have some stories of some of the wolves, and maybe you guys could even submit stories of some of your wolves. We'll have to figure it out, but how would you guys like to pass the time while we are roaming around hunting and while we are just carefully searching and waiting for the right moment to be able to hunt a moose? I would love to hear your guys' ideas and maybe have a chance somehow, some way to share your guys' stories again. So let's go ahead and get started by finding a new mate as soon as possible, and then we will let Moose start roaming around, actively hunting for that moose so that we can take it out, gain the achievement, and return back to Dawn and Onyx, and maybe it would be time for them to have a companion wolf who could know some of the history that they've had. But I wonder how we would make that possible. So if you guys have any ideas, let me know, and I'll see you all next time. Bye-bye!